Okay, this is the Joby Swing, which is a motorized compact size slider, which can be useful for some video projects. It utilizes app control. You turn it on by this button on the side here. It activates it, and then on this side you have a plug-in for recharging it. Takes a C end there, and it moves in a motion where the top and bottom scissor apart like that, and it will end up being able to go out a direction like that, and then like that. It's about, well, probably about a 8-inch type of swing each way, I think. And it has these connections on the top and bottom here for going into the tripod, and for up here for the camera being able to be mounted on that. And it has these little sliders which you can press forward in place to kind of lock these down so that they don't move on you, to make it easier to mount the bottom onto a tripod and the camera onto the top part. And it is recommended, it'll work best to have it mounted on a tripod, because if it is mounted on something smaller and looser, this does have some weight to it, and when the weight shifts, when it goes around on each side, which you'll be able to see in a demo, then it will shift the weight, and it may have a tendency to want to tip. So, and it is equipped mainly to work with connecting up a smartphone to it. It comes with a smartphone mount, and then you can, of course, mount that on there. Now, it weight-wise, it should be able to also handle something like a action camera, something lightweight. It can handle, it's made to handle up to like about a couple of pounds, about 0.6 kilograms. And so the only difference is that if you mount another camera onto it, then you have to use the app remotely to control the sliding of it, and it may not, it won't give you the visual, same type of visual feedback that will using the app and the shooting with the smartphone. So this is, I'll bring up the app here, and this is how it comes. And when you're ready to operate the thing, you can go into Create, and we're looking to connect up to the Joby there, the Joby Swing. And I'm going to make sure that the power, the power is on, and so that it, once you get connected, then which I will show better on the accompanying video that I have showing it in action. But it does give you the ability to, with the create part, to make your video and then with share, it gives you options of what to do with it afterwards. And in shooting the video, it can give you options as far as, let's say on video here, with allowing you, if you press the lower button here, you can set starting and end points as to where you want it to start, where you want it to finish with its motion. And then, now with this on the lower left here, you can control as to whether you want to use the cell phone's rear or regular forward camera. Can have it repeat reaction of going back and forth. You can control the speed if you want to do it at varying speeds. And it works pretty well, and it's nice and compact of a design, so you can slip into a part of your camera bag. And so I can show it to you in action in the video. Okay, here we have the Telesin auto tracking adapter here, which allows you to mount this onto like a tripod, mount your camera on top of there. It has the ability with a like a built-in camera thing here to be able to spot where you are and to be able to track you, to move with you. Now this is pan only, just goes around. It doesn't, this particular model doesn't tilt, but this is nice. I was able to pick it up at Amazon for about $35, maybe slightly less. And but it's something that would come in handy for if you're doing your own shooting, if you don't have a separate cameraman. to operate the camera's photograph view. So you mount that on the tripod, and it has a single button on the back here. There's your recharge port, and so you get the camera mounted on there, and this can move around for screwing it in. But you give it a single press on the button in back to, whoops, sorry, there we go. It's a press and hold it. And then it acts just like a regular thing here. And it does come with a remote here, and allowing you to get the right side up here. When this is switched on, you can control the motion of it. It's not too terribly loud. And I'll show you how the tracking mechanism here, it's hard for it to track in an environment like this, where it's probably going to want to lock onto the something other than me. And so this gives it to activate the auto tracking on it. You can do it either from the unit itself, where you press and hold it gives you a little click. There we go. And then it activates the tracking feature. You can kind of see it a little bit, I suppose, that it's trying to lock onto actually what I have the camera mounted on here. And then but I'll show you the video of it in action. And you can also activate and deactivate the tracking with pressing in on the lower button here, and that can shut it on and off, the tracking feature. This current model only does the rotating the actual panning, but with slightly earlier versions, it would give you some extra capability, like being able to do time-lapse type of stuff and different speeds. But this particular model is simply the pan only, which is still a good deal for the price, having a auto tracking type of thing there to help in the field. So that's the Telesin 360 smart face motion sensor tracking stand, and be able to show that in action. Okay. Now this will be a test of the Telesin 360 panning head, auto tracking panning head. Okay, this will be a test of the Telesin 360 auto tracking pan head. And so, to actually used in the field for single person type of shooting, where they need to do some narrative while moving around. And I'm shooting this with a GoPro Hero 9 mounted. And so far it's fairly good. Reacting. And we'll also test the sound quality, whether it picks up, the camera picks up anything from the vibration of the motor of the Telesin unit. So, okay, this is a test of the Telesin 360 auto pan head, and there's other things going on in the background of lawnmowers and such. But this got a connection of a wireless mic to a Sony 6400 camera, and so just testing out the operation of the Telesin with a remote mic type of situation. Now, as you can see, it tracks fairly well, which is very handy for single shooter situations out in the in this single shooter situations when you need to. And so hopefully the microphone should be picking this up and not picking up any motor or vibration sounds from the auto pan tilt head. And so I don't know if all the Telesin 360 pan heads auto tracking all deliver any kind of noise situation when they're in operation. But regardless of the situation, using it, it's probably recommended that you use a remote mic anyway to make sure that you get the proper sound. So this is it's been a test to see how well it works, and also the tracking ability of it. So that's it for now. Okay, here we have the Soonpho M2, and what this is it's a motorized rotating pan tilt head that is remotely controlled, and you can fit various types of cameras on there as long as they're only up to like about 2 pounds, or about 1 kilogram. And the controls on it are very simple. It runs off of a rechargeable battery within it, and it gives you basic controls here. You have your so you can see this here, your on-off switch, and the display there is with the 4 digits. They indicate that the first one is the channel number to use with the remote, and that gives, this second one gives you the speed of the pan, and the next one gives the speed of the tilting, and then the last one indicates the battery level. 5 would be full power, and then 0 would be, of course, the battery is spent and needs recharging. Now it gives you your mode button here, which allows you to change the values here of the speed and the up and down plus and minus buttons for changing those. And then A and B, it allows you to select a position that you wanted in for a preset position. So you move it where you want it to go, then you press in on the A button until this blinks, and that'll set as to, that will be your A position. And then for your second position, your B position, you move it to the what you want for your B position, and press in, hold that, and it will then set the B position. And you can call those back if you want to on here simply by clicking on those, and it'll go to the mode that the position that it was preset at for those. And on the M2 here, it shows you which way to mount your camera as far as pointing, because you mount the camera onto here, and it gives you some leeway as to how to mount your particular camera. And it works pretty smoothly, and it is relatively quiet. There's probably a couple instances where it, especially if it's in like the A and B mode, where it can give out a little bit more sound than usual. But by pressing the buttons on there, the A and B, you can select, have it go to different positions. Now on the remote here, it doesn't work with an app, but it does give you controls on the remote here, which also, this doesn't have a on-off switch to it, you just kind of press it, then that comes up, and then with this you can control it as to where you want it to go, positioning it, and kind of hard to see here from this angle, but it also gives you the up and down motions of that for your tilt. And then from the remote, you can access the ability to be able to have it go into the position A, position B. You can have it go back and forth between those. You can have it, you can control it pretty well from the remote here. And so That's the Soonpho M2, and there will be an accompanying video that will show you it in action as I shot with it outside. Okay, here we have the Ulanzi VL49 RGB mini LED video light. It has a color temperature range of 2500 Kelvin to 9000 Kelvin. It has 60 LEDs within it, very bright LEDs. CRI 95 plus, mean angle 60 degree, brightness 800 lux, lighting distance 5 meters. Battery, a 2000 milliamp hour battery. Battery working time about 2 hours maximum output, or 10 hours low output. Power 6 watt. It features, as I talked about, the range of the 2500 to 9000 Kelvin, and the battery power, HSI control. It has a built-in magnet, so it can be stuck onto the sides of metal doors or beams or whatever. And it has built-in 13 kinds of different lighting effects for different things you can do. Let's open it up. And in the case here we have the unit itself, a USB-C power cable, and the booklet, the instruction booklet. Setting those aside, let's open this up here now. Here, this is the size of the actual unit. Okay, let's take a look at what we have for mounting options here. On the bottom, we have cold shoe type of mount. In the center, we have 1/4 inch tripod mounting. On 3 sides here, these sides and the top, we have the cold shoe type of slide-in mounting for other accessories. And now, let's turn the thing on, and I'll show you some of the features here. Here's where the charging port, where it charges up, and switch it on here, and you can already tell that it gives off a pretty decent amount of light. I don't want to blind the sensor, but and on the top here we show it displays the color temperature in Kelvin of the lighting and the amount of power of the lighting in percentages. And by right now it's highlighted on the color temperature, so if we utilize these buttons to change the color temperature, it does so. And let's get back up to normal 5000. It of course goes beyond that because it goes up to 9000. But we get out to regular sunlight kind of color temperature right around 5000 Kelvin. And by pressing, if we switch it with the button press here of this button, which is kind of a mode select type of button, and we can then change the power. Okay, now if we long press it, then we can go to here where it will be able to go through the color temperatures by going through the scale here of degrees. And so we can start out with red, we can gradually go more and more and more and change the color temperature that way. like so. And so let's bring it back to 0. Oops. Wrapped around there. So let's, for convenience, it wraps around. And then we can click it again and go over to the 100% and change the power, of course. Let's long press that again. Now we get into a mode of different kinds of preset effects. We have like cop car, as you can kind of see some of the activity going on there. And we can select ambulance, fire engine, emergency, fireworks, variety of colors going there. TV, party, HSI slow, HSI fast, RGB strobe, red flash, green flash, blue flash, and back to cop car. And let's get back to the where we were. And that's the part of the Ulanzi VL49 RGB. And one of the more amazing things about this light, this portable light source, is that from Amazon, it only had cost about 20 bucks, about 20 US dollars. There's another model which is the U60 RGB that goes for about $10 more. I do not know much about that one, but for a small portable lighting source that you can stick right in your a section of your camera bag, this can be very helpful and very handy. So, off for now. As you can see, you can attach it to a metal surface. Kind of hard to see, the light's kind of blinding the unit itself, but yep, just like so.